Coach Richie Rich, Coach Babs, and welcome to the Think Strong, Be Strong channel. Yes, we are on our third video in a row. What's up with that, right? Well, don't worry, man. This one hit me as I was coming home from work. So I literally got rushed home. I'm not even changed from work, and I was like, I need to drop this one real quick before I forget about it or before I get distracted. So if you're new here, thank you for coming. Please hit the like, subscribe, share button and the notifications bell so you know when I drop a video. If you're an avid listener, welcome back. Always appreciate your presence. So without further ado, let's get it cracking. Yo guys, welcome back. So, like I was saying before, I was literally on my way home from work and this topic hit me. And then when I got in, I walked my dog like I normally do when I get in from work. And the topic hit me even harder. In fact, two topics hit me. One is going to be today's topic, and the other one will probably be tomorrow or out by the weekend. Yeah, because that's how we're going. I'm in my flow state now, so I'm just going to keep throwing it out as it comes and as it deposits inside me. So anyway, let's not dilly-dally about. So I'm walking my dog, right? And I'm thinking about things. And I'm always thinking. I'm an overthinker. So it's what I do. Do you understand? I don't call it a hindrance anymore. I call it a blessing as long as I'm in control of what I'm thinking and not allowing the thoughts to escape me. So anyway, I'm walking. And I'm thinking about a lot of things. And I'm thinking about interactions with people. I'm thinking about projects that I want to do. I'm thinking about unfinished tasks that I've done. I'm thinking about effort that I'm putting into things or people and I'm not receiving back. And I'm thinking about all these different things, right? And I get hit with this, and I don't know if I've done this before. I didn't even check back on my old videos if I've done this before. So if I have, forgive me. If I haven't, then now is the time. And if I did before and it didn't hit you as it will hit you today, then it means there's a season, there is a time, and the time is now. So anyway, as I'm doing my thing and I'm walking and I'm walking my dog and I'm thinking about everything, and then it hits me. Make time, don't make excuses. And I was like, wow. Make time, but don't make excuses. So I'm out here thinking now, is this just to me? Do I need to share this outside? So I'm like, right, I'm going to share this outside. And I'm always starting with myself first, because you have to start with yourself before you start trying to tell other people. And I'm happy because I believe as I've gotten older, I've learned to do this more. I was a person who always made excuses. There was always an excuse. There was always a reason. Yeah, but okay, but I want to, but do you know what I mean? There was always an excuse. Most times, no matter what we masquerade the excuse for, sometimes for me personally, it was one of two things. I don't want to do it, or I'm afraid of the outcome. Do you understand? That was mine. Like, I don't want to do it, or I'm afraid of the outcome. Now, some of you guys might be in the same position. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to do it, or you're afraid of the outcome. And sometimes the outcome, we may fear the outcome of what if it doesn't go right. But I think some of us fear more of what if it does go right and then I fuck it up. Because that's what I always got worried about. What if I get it and then I fuck it up? Then what? Do you know what I mean? So I'm making excuses. The thing is, we just not make excuses. That you either want to do it or you don't want to be there, and the outcome is going to be the outcome regardless. But the thing is, if you know you don't want to do something, if you know you don't want to be involved with somebody, if you know you don't want to embark on a project, if you know you don't want to, then just don't get involved. Don't 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 embark on something that you know you're not going to see it all the way through, or you're not going to see it all the way through attentively, passionately, wholeheartedly. Like, just don't. Don't waste the money that you're about to invest. Don't waste the opportunity that you could be taking away from somebody else. And here's the funny thing with opportunity: it could be dating. Like, you could be taking away somebody else's opportunity to meet that girl or that guy because you don't want to, go all in or invest the time. Um, don't waste the person's time. Whoever you're about to jump into a partnership, business, or you're about to take that trip with, or you're about to go over and hang with, or you're about to date. Like, if you know you're not down, then don't waste the time and don't make excuses. Just don't do it. Now, if there's fear involved, that's a different conversation. You see, because with fear, you can communicate fear. You can choose to communicate fear if you want to. You can choose to express your concerns, feel comfortable to talk about the things you're nervous about, and talk about how you're afraid of what if it goes wrong. Those things can be talked about, and that requires time and courage to be of heart, of courage to have be of heart, um, and trust that the person you're communicating this with, whatever it is going to understand where you're coming from, not shun you or shut you down, but open up and receive what you're saying to them with love, and then make the time to encourage you, nurture you, hold your hand, push you, guide you, whatever you need to 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 embark on, stay on, and go through with that journey. So if it's a fear factor, you can communicate fear. But if you choose not to communicate fear, for me personally, and it's only me, don't shoot the messenger. We're all free to have our own opinion. But then if you don't want to talk about the fears, then for me, it falls back down to then you don't want to do it anyway. You just don't want to. Now I'm talking from experience because there have been things in the past, like when I wanted to take up martial arts when I was younger. I was afraid that what if I got good and they put me in competitions and I get my head kicked off my shoulders, what am I going to do? So I got scared. Same thing with track. When I realized I could run fast, I got scared of what if they asked me to run for the school team and then I come second or third, and then it's like my fault that we didn't get the whatever. So I let fear push me out, and so many other things, even certain relationships where it was like, what if I lose my job? What if I landed with the perfect woman, or what I call the perfect woman, and then with all the string of bad luck that I'd had with jobs due to situations or whatever, or maybe my ex decides that she wants to make my life difficult or whatever. Like, what if when it's going good something comes in to fuck it up? So then I just wouldn't get involved with somebody who I really really like. You know what I mean? But if it's someone that I'm just like, whatever, do you know what I mean? I'm not fussed, I'm not bothered. So I'd always make excuses. Do you know what I mean? Or just piss them off so they don't want to speak to me again. That's probably the cowardly way out, but I was young and it was easy. Now let's move over to the other part. Make time. You see these memes sometimes, or these quotes that float around, and they're like, you make time for the things you really want to do. You make time for the people you really want to be around. You make time. A lot of people say a lot of stuff like, oh, I don't have time, I don't have time. Look, man, you never owned time in the first place. Time exists regardless of what you have to do. Like, time exists regardless of what you have to do. So time doesn't allocate slots for you to make shit happen, to make an impact, to make a dent, to make that person know that you care. Time doesn't allocate. It don't go, yo, what are you saying, Sarah? Or yo, what are you saying, Steve? Or yo, what are you saying, Mark? You've had a busy schedule. How about I pause everything else around you so you could make a dent in that project that you're trying to do? So you could work on those training plans that you needed to do for those clients, or so that you can text such and such to let he or she know that you're thinking about them, or so that you can let your parents know what's up, or whatever. Like, time doesn't care. It's indifferent to what you have to do. So you make time work for you. Otherwise, time will carry on going. You know, I remember when I came across this post when it was like it takes 2.5 seconds to drop a text message to let somebody know you're on their mind. 2.5 seconds. Yeah, some people can't even use 2.5 seconds to do that. But they will happily receive messages from the other person. Like, they will happily receive multiple 2.5 seconds from another person, but they won't invest 2.5 seconds of their time unless you fall out of routine, or unless you've fallen out of the ritual that they've grown accustomed to because you've made time. Same thing with when you see a single mom or a single dad, with two kids or one kid, right? And they work two jobs and they feed their kid, and they manage to entertain their kid, and then they manage to, I don't know, bake that cake for their friend's birthday and whatever. Like, I've got a friend, she's got kids, and she's in a she's in a situationship, and she's a beautician as well, and she lays the patio in her own garden. Like, she does all this stuff, and she's got the same 24 hours in a day as I do. I remember when people used to say to me, "What do you do with your time?" And I'm like, "Well, I go to get up, I go to work, I come back. Before I had my dog, I'd go to the gym. I'd go to the gym in the morning. I'd come back, get changed, or I'd go from the gym to work. I'd get changed, I'd shower, I'd do my job. I'd come home, I'd unpack my stuff. I would get ready, go to the gym, do my second session, come back home, food prep. Then if I had my kids on every weekend, I'd schedule my week, my training routine and everything around them, and I'd make sure I got everything in. And then when I got my dog, it was like, right, I gotta come home, I gotta walk my dog, and blah 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 blah. And then people say to me, "I'm tired. How do you find time to do all that?" And when I was with my kids, when I was living with my ex, and it was like, okay, go to the gym, come home, go to the gym first thing in the morning, come home, be home for the kids, feed them, bathe them, put them in bed, make sure I've if my ex got home before me, what's good, spend time with her, blah blah blah, then go to the gym. Or if she's not coming home that day, I'd switch it up. So I'd allocate time for everything and make it all work and still not look tired. Do you understand? I allocated the time because the things that I said were important to me, I gotta make time for them. Making my ex happy was important to me. Making my kids happy and spending time with me was important to me. Hitting the gym and hitting my goals was important to me. And obviously going to work was important. You understand? And still making time to text a few of my closest friends and check up on them. Even like now, as I am, people will message me and be like, "Yo, can I talk to you about this? Can I talk to you about that?" Or, "Yo, you free? Can we go for a walk?" It ain't like I got time. It ain't like I'm just chilling here with time, just waiting for me to pull a slot out and be like, "Yo, I've been waiting for you to text me. Here you go. Here's an hour of my time, or here's 10 minutes. No. I make the time. 2.5 seconds to tell a girl I'm interested in, "Hey, you're on my mind. I hope you're cool." 2.5 seconds for that girl to send something back to me and say, "Yo, what's good?" Or, "You were on my mind. I hope you're cool." Some people utilize that 2.5 seconds, for example, to tell you that you've fallen out of routine. You could just use that to just let me know that I was on your mind. You know? So you gotta make time for the things you say are important to you. And this is a thing that, if you listen to me when it comes to things that you want to do, you hear me say a lot of what you say you want to do. I get this from my parents, because they will always tell us when you're young, when we were younger, "You said you want to do this, so why are you not doing it? You said you want to do it. Not, I thought you were doing that. You said you wanted to do it." So one, like, I put it in your mouth. I didn't tell you to do it. I didn't force you to say this, this, and this. I said do this. You said you want to do that. So now why are you not doing it? What's your excuse? You understand? So you got to make time for the things you say you want. Don't make excuses. You either want it or you don't want it. Because if you're afraid of the outcome, you still want it. You're just afraid of the outcome. So that still counts under you want it. or you don't want it. Because if you want it, you make time. Like you make time to go out and earn a living, to make money, work a 9 to 5, because you have to pay bills, because you don't want to be homeless, or you don't want to live below a standard or a mean. Yeah. Also, you want to keep up appearances. So you go out and you do that. You don't think twice about that. You understand? If you're hanging with your girls or your boys because y'all gonna get shit faced or wasted, y'all make time for that. And sometimes they ain't even important things, but you'll make time for it because it's important to you. You won't make an excuse unless that person pissed you off, or unless you got caught slipping, so you don't want to get caught there again. That's the only time you make excuses. But the bottom line is you just don't want to, or you're afraid of what happens when you do show up. So you do want to, but you're shook. You understand? So don't make excuses. Make time for the things you say you want for that person. Make time for her. Let her know she's on your mind. Let him know he's on your mind. Let that person that you're going to work with know you're going to turn up. Let him know you ain't turning up. You know, embark on that goal. You know, over this whole pandemic thing, you know, there's one person, I know she started a PT course, and she pursued, and she was like always tired, and she joined Zoom calls, and she was always tired, but she got it. One of my other boys in London, you know, who's always like checking on me and everything, you know, he started a business in lockdown. He started a business, like he works, and he started a business. He makes time to start and work on the project, the plan, and the business. And my guy's married, and he has a kid. So he ain't just like, I've got time to kill. And his wife ain't the kind of wife who's like, don't worry, I'll do everything so you can go live your dream either. So, you know, he has to balance his life. Even my friend who's the PT, she's got kids and she's got a partner, you know, and so she's got to balance everything, but she makes time for the things that are important to her. That's why she's got what she wanted. Do you understand? Unless you don't want it. Like my excuse when I wasn't recording on a level is because I was saying I want to do it, but real talk, I didn't act like it was important to me. Now we're back here making it happen, and the fact that I'm back here making it happen, I'm getting like the avenues of ideas and thoughts and creativity is just pouring in, because it's like, yo, dude, now you read, now you serious. Or before you weren't serious, you were talking the most, but you weren't doing nothing. But now you're making time. So because of that, everything that you need to make it happen, it's all gonna fall into place. All I need is ideas. I got the equipment. All I need is ideas. I gotta make time. And when I get it, when I get that opportunity from making the time for the things I say that I want, then you utilize it and you run with it, and you go with it. Because here's one thing you need to remember, yeah. For some people, it's that one chance. For other people, it may take a long time before another opportunity comes by. And you know, I've said this before. When you want something so bad, the universe doesn't put it in the time you expect. And sometimes the universe don't give it to you in an obvious manner. So you might get it either in the place you least expected it, or at a time you least expected it. But because you said you wanted it, it will present itself to you. It won't come with you with a window of time for you to use. It's not like a course where you've got to do the coursework in 8 weeks. It ain't like that. Like, it's going to come to you, and now you're going to make time for it. It's like home learning rather than going to university or going to school. So you know between this time and this time you have to study. So that's the time you've made for it. No, these things can be like home learning, online studying. Do it in your own time studying. Do it in your own time work. So if you don't make time for it, how are you going to succeed in it? You know, I have another friend who's studying a course, and you know, I was messaging them the other day saying, "Yo, what's good, man? Blah blah blah. You know, what you up to?" And they were like, "Yeah, I'm studying. You know, I've got until this day, Thursday. After Thursday, I'm free to chat or whatever. But right now, I've got this and this to do. You understand? So that's important to them. So they've made time for that, and you got to apply the same make time for and everything else that you say you want. And not everything deserves, or it won't take, not everything you want is going to take all of your time either. People thinking when you give time, it's going to take all of it. No, you're in control of the time you can put to it. Because even the time that you say you're going to put to it, you're just going to make that time count. If you're going to send a text that takes 2.5 seconds, for example, then you make sure that message counts, and the feeling that you're trying to get across, or the emotion, hopefully it's positive. If it's an argument, Lord, but everything comes in that point that they're like, yo, I was feeling kind of like alone, like you weren't bothered, but that message just changed everything. And then don't leave it another 4 or 5 weeks or 3 or 4 days to before they get that feeling again. Like, keep it consistent, make time, and keep it consistent. Because at the end of the day, the things that you say that you want require you to make the time and be consistent and apply effort. Don't make excuses. Just don't make excuses. Make time, but don't make excuses. And with every time that you make it count. Don't willy-nilly it. Because, look, man, this part's probably going to be a bit morbid. It's going to be a bit dark, but it's real. Look, man, you got to act like there's no tomorrow. Because some people ain't fortunate enough to see tomorrow. So every time you wake up and you see tomorrow, yo, know that it's grace and it's favor. You understand? It's grace and it's favor. Don't be so wishy-washy with it, and don't take it for granted. Especially in this climate that people are talking about. Yo, it is a blessing, and it is favor, and it is grace that your ass made it to the next day. So don't fuck about putting shit off or don't sit back waiting so you can react. Show them what time is. That's what I've learned. Like, now, anything that I say that I want, I act on it. If I don't want it, I get complacent. I fuck around. I'm half-hearted, And here's another thing. If you're investing time in something and it ain't feeding you, remove it from your itinerary. Don't waste no more time on it, man. Don't waste any more time on it. Leave it, move on. Because your time is more precious than money. It's more precious than things, because everything else will disappear, but time will always be there. You understand? So that's more precious. Don't treat time because it will always be there as, well, I could always make it. No, time is there. You can't get time back. Like, after today, I can't go back to today, tomorrow, and fix today. I can't. Do you know what I mean? So I gotta do today. But that's what's up. But yo, don't make excuses. Just make time. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a comment in the box below. If you have an opinion, or you have something you want to add, you disagree with me, put it in the box. You understand? I'll answer your questions. Healthy conversation is always good. Other than that, don't forget to share. Always live your life one step, one rep at a time. Think strong, be strong. And remember, man, impossible is nothing. Peace.